Welcome back to the IAMPRAISE Network, where the favor of God increases every single day. I am so excited that you are back with us, and we are getting ready to dive into something that is dear to my heart: preparation, organization. Today we're going to discuss how to reset for a new month. So if you haven't, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Become a part of our family. We are going to dive into some great tips and things to kind of help you reset. We've been talking about destiny, encounters, visitations, God wanting to do excellent, great things in our lives. So I really wanted to equip you with some things that I use myself and that will be beneficial in resetting yourself for a new month. So these are just one of many, because I believe there's a lot of different components, because there are different seasons that we live in. Some people have kids, some people don't have kids, some people work different jobs. So you got to find what works best for you. Without further ado, let's jump in. The number one thing in planning and resetting for a new month is plan 3 months ahead. I actually believe in November, it's a really good time to really plan out your whole year. But because there are so many things that pop up, it's important that you still reevaluate your weeks and your months. And when you look at it, you still prepare yourself 3 months ahead to maybe adjust to new changes, to maybe adjust to new things that are popping up in your life, new responsibilities, new risks, new things, good, bad, whatever it is. Life is ever progressing. So planning 3 months ahead will help you to know what you need to do. I'll give you an example. I love having my children's school calendar, and I like having my church calendar. I like just seeing things ahead of time, and the 12-month planning and even the total year, just planning for the full year. It lets me know what things I would like to participate in doing, and what are the biggest goals that I would like to achieve that year. But when you do the monthly reset, it really helps you to see, are you on track with those goals, and what you need to be planning for to help you stay on track. So plan 3 months ahead. Just take a look at everything, whether you are a mother and you have school calendars, whether your job has a calendar. A lot of times you'd be surprised. When I used to work for the city, they have like a whole calendar. They have like regiments and different things that they do, throughout the year. But keeping that in mind is important. Like if your job has a calendar, whoever has a calendar, putting those things together, especially with your goals, and just reevaluating so that you can be prepared. That's the first thing, is get that 3 month ahead planning out of the way. And let's talk about what that kind of consists of. So my monthly appointments are important to have before me, because I could say mom brain, I could say stuff, but it's just praise brain. Sometimes I'm remembering things that ain't even that important, and it's probably, some time away, but I remember those things. So my monthly appointments, I like to scan it on my way out. I like to scan it and just go, okay, doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, this, that, and the other. We need to prepare for that, right? And then I get prepared for that. I plan recovery days. I've talked about this before, but I'll insert different things here. Just, I plan recovery days so that I can mentally be ready. I plan things with the kids. I plan other things. As you can hear, one of them are talking to me right now as I'm doing this, but it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna keep it tracking. So give me a second. Now we're getting ready to talk about the intricate details of planning. So take a look at the main goals that you need to complete next month. Okay. Consider your schedule, your work schedule, your children's schedule, your husband's schedule. Consider major events, school events, whatever it is that may be popping up, and things that you would like to do. A lot of times people want to do things, but because they don't plan for it, they cannot get it done. I know this firsthand. So let's be prepared in that sense. And once you write down all of those things, write down all of the dates, look at that calendar and look at what it needs to get those items done. Do things have fees? Are certain things requiring you to be at a meeting? Is there planning that needs to be involved? Is there, emails and things that need to go out? Because not only do you want to plan, you're not just planning what happens on that date, but you have to also plan what action plans need to take place for you to get those things done. This is going to help you understand where you need to schedule your time. If normally you do, church on a Wednesday, or particularly you have a Monday free, or whatever the case may be, say, I will use this. This is the day that I'm going to plan to send these emails out to those correspondents. This is the day that I can have to do those meetings. After you put those important dates on there, then look at just the intricate details of what it's going to take to get those things done, and plan those things too. Make sure they're not, clashing with one another. And I like to also take the time to write down important things. I will put a sheet that I made. It's actually right here. It's actually right here. And it says my monthly appointments. And I write down my monthly appointments. So I plan out a lot of different things, but my monthly appointments helps me understand what I need to be doing. A lot of times if my friends are saying, Praise, you want to do this, you want to go to, a lot of times looking at the monthly appointments and I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I try to see what I can work in, but a lot of times my days are already planned. My hours are already planned. So when I have free time and something pops up, sometimes I will do my best to try to commit to doing that thing that person wants to do on that free day. Cause I know they may not see me for 4 weeks or more or whatever, because I am trying to keep to my schedule. I find that a routine really helps me and my family, and it really helps me to support them, and it really helps me to just stay on track with a lot of things and just be more prepared in life. So ultimately, the monthly appointments is another part of planning that I think is good, and just having it out, even separate from your calendar. Let's continue. Another thing that's important is to have your planning days, like making sure that you have a day that you can say, I'm going to plan this day, or I'm going to do content that day, or I'm going to do this, such, and the other, and keep that appointment and block space out. Just because you plan a day, if you don't prepare for that day in the planning, you didn't plan a day. You just said, I want to do it Monday. But if you didn't say from 9 a.m. to 6, I'm going to do this, or from 9 a.m. to 12, I'm going to do this, or, and it's important to time yourself, to put a timer on there, to prepare the materials beforehand, even the day before. Like I even plan for doing things like that, because it helps you keep your commitments to yourself. If you cannot keep your commitments to yourself, it's going to be difficult to keep it for other people, and this is just some things that truly help. This is things that are also helpful in studying, and furthermore, it's just things that are really good to know. Okay. And then my favorite part about the planning process is going to be making sure that you are covering it in prayer, covering your planning in prayer, and asking God to help you. If there's changes, help you transition through those changes smoothly. If there's help, to send the helpers. If there's financial goals, that you achieve them above and beyond, and that He gives you wisdom in handling those goals. If there's something that you need to do, something that needs to be said, phone calls that need to be made, even if it's just difficult, hard things, that He will give you the strength and the courage and the wisdom to say it. And lastly, boundaries. Making sure that you set boundaries in place. People are going to do whatever they want to do. People are going to hear me. People are going to be successful in their lives. And just because you're praying with them, just because you're encouraging them, just because they're inspiring them, that don't mean they're going to stop and put as much effort and work that is needed for your goals and your dreams as you need to. So you may find some ride or dies, but in the end all be all is that you are responsible, and you've got to be accountable to your vision and the gifts that God has given you. So if there's something that you need to be doing, you need to mentally prepare yourself and get yourself in the space to do it, because people are going to be there. And my mother used to say, and she got it from my grandmother, people will kill you and blame you for dying. So you have to stop and take the time to recover, to rest, to reset, to build, and there's like a process in it. There's very much like a, pattern to it, a lot of it, and things change, but having that recovery, having those things set and planned, will help you to bounce back better, will help you to show up better, will help you to be the best you that you can possibly be. So I hope this was encouraging on resetting your month and getting yourself ready to go. Now I'm going to move on to the next part. The next part that I want to say, it's going to be very short, is make sure you even involve your cleaning schedule in this. Make sure you involve your cleaning your car. Make sure you involve keeping, your washing schedule, your wash days, your clean days. Make sure you involve your workout. Make sure you involve fasting, praying, your consecration. Keep these things all included in your planning, because when you make time for it and you keep looking at it, I like to look at my calendars over and over. I like to keep things posted here. I like to really, truly visualize, and I even create a vision board and monthly calendars for the children. I like to set it before me so that when I'm looking at it over and over again, it just is in my heart, and it just kind of reminds me I do have things to do. I have things to accomplish, and it helps me to see what goals I have achieved. Even at the end of the year, it's great to look at the end of the year. So even at the end of the month, what did you get done? What did not? That needs to roll over. I need more discipline because I need to get this done. Whatever the case may be, just keep it in mind because God is doing some great things, but we are the tools that he does it through. Amen. And so you got to sharpen your tool yourself. You got to stay healthy. You got to stay in the right mind frame. Disconnect for certain things. There are times where I'm accomplishing goals, and I find it very interesting that when I'm focused on certain things, the craziest random life-threatening things pop up from my friends and family. And they're wanting that attention, and it's no disrespect to them, but they are not paying my bills, and they are not, I've got to stay focused. If the Lord ain't telling me to come on out and say something or do something or put my hands in it, then I do my best now to make sure I'm not putting my hands in things, to make sure I'm backing up when I need to back up. Just because I know that everybody has their own purpose, their own portion in that day, and I don't want to lose my portion because I'm distracted. I don't want to lose the portion God has given me because I'm focused on something else that may help somebody later, but cause me to fail in moments to come. So I have to be diligent. So I believe that's what God wants us to do, is be diligent, even when we're planning our months. So I hope this has encouraged you. I hope that you're being inspired by what I'm saying. If you have questions or thoughts, let me know so that I can be of help. If you haven't joined our group, but become a part of our group so that you can learn and grow. We're faith-based, full of the Holy Ghost. We're teaching, we're learning, we're growing together, and God is doing some great and mighty things in our lives. And like I said, the favor of God is becoming better and better and increasing daily. I want to say increasing by the second over our lives. So yes, let's become a part of that process. I'll put some information down below that you can join and be a part of. And also just, as you look through, take a look at the different things we mentioned today and apply those things to your life and begin to reset your month. Take the time to really reset your month. We're going into a new month. I think that the last week of each month, one of them days should be a day where you are literally at least committing 1 hour to resetting your month. And also before you go into your month, covering that month in prayer. Cover that month in prayer before you even go into it. Just begin to cover it in prayer. And I agree that you even can go as far as putting a sacrificial first fruit seed. Sow a seed into your ministry or where the Lord has told you to sow. I think it's important to have a good first fruit seed. That's really good. And God will bless that, and it'll break a lot open even for your month. So as we conclude this video, I just want to thank you for partnering with me. Thank you for being part of the IAMPRAISE Network and supporting this channel, subscribing, liking, the comments, the likes. That really helps us to reach more people. So I'm excited. I pray that God is doing some awesome things in your life. We have some things coming up this week. We've got a leadership pour this week, and we've also got this Saturday a youth meeting where we'll be praying with the kids online on Zoom. If you want to be a part of those things, type in the chat that you want to be a part of those things, or join the Telegram group if you want to be a part of Kingdom Ambassador. Every Tuesday we do have the Word of the Lord prophetic hour, and become a part of the great work that's happening over here. I'm excited. I believe this is going to be a beautiful April, that God is doing some great things as we lead up to Resurrection Sunday, and I'm looking forward to more topics, more things. It's going to be a blessed time. I am so happy. So where we live on purpose, not on accident, and where God is the God of new beginnings. So we must be the people of many preparations and be prepared for the changes and the new things that are to come, that we're running into, we're catching up to, as he does a great work in us. I love you so much. I'll see you next time on the IAMPRAISE Network.